Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Jeanine Hamam, and I live in London, Ontario. And I am married and have 5 children, alhamdulillah. I have been Muslim now for about 22 years. Alhamdulillah, when I was engaged with my husband, he was still teaching me about Islam. So he would go to the Husseiniya around where he lived, and then he would come to my house after and tell me everything, because all the lectures were in Arabic. So he would come and explain to me about Islam, and I realized what a beautiful religion it was. Like, it was so pure, and it wasn't complicated. So of course, when he explained to me about Islam, he explained about the Ahl al-Bayt. He taught me about Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He would go to the Muharram program, and then he would come and tell me all about it in his own way. And then I was very touched about the stories that he told me. The main story that stuck out in my mind, even though it wasn't directly connected with Karbala, I kept thinking about Sayyidah Fatima. And she was such a role model for me. So whenever the ladies would start crying, I would just start crying and thinking about Sayyidah Fatima and what happened to her and how she was oppressed. So that made me emotional and start to cry like the other ladies. As principal of our madrasa here in London, I think the first year I said we have to do a play. The main purpose of it was that so all the madrasa children could actually see what happened in Karbala, rather than just going to the Husseiniya, listening to the lecture, seeing everyone wearing black. I wanted them to really know what happened, so that the children are performing and they're feeling like what it would be like to be Qasim right now, what would it feel like to be the Layla, the mother of Ali Akbar and the mother of Ali Azhar. When it was over, I actually had parents in tears. So when they came up to me, I said, Alhamdulillah, they said, sister, we felt that we were there. We really felt that we were there with Imam Hussein. And Alhamdulillah, I had no idea that people would actually really, would really like the play that much. SubhanAllah, Allah, He made the calendar perfect for us. Because I think we get so busy with this dunya. We get so busy with our school and our work and our shopping and all of these things. So then we have Ramadan. And we're fasting and we're getting spiritual. We're going to the Husseiniya. We're doing all the amal and everything. And then when it's over, we feel refreshed. We feel like a new person. And then as the month, 2 months, 3 months, they go by, you start to get back into that dunya and that routine and everything. Alhamdulillah, this is our life. Alhamdulillah. But then it's time for Muharram. And I think it's a time that is so special, because this is the time for my family, we know that it's Muharram. Every night we're going to the Husseiniya together. So it's a very, very spiritual time. I think I've heard Ramadan being called a spiritual banquet for the soul, and so is Ashura, definitely, because we learn so much about ourselves, and we learn so much from the characters, from the people in the story of Karbala, that we try to implement in our own lives. I would say if we can celebrate our birthday every year, and if we can celebrate our country's birthday every year, and all different holidays every year, why wouldn't we celebrate one of the most important days that ever happened in the history of the world? A day where someone stood up to oppression. A day where he gave up everything, his family, his life, for the name of Islam, for us to be better Muslims. I would say once a year is not enough. I would say every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala.